Hello, fifth grade. Today is Wednesday, October 7th. And today in class, we started in on a new story. The first thing we did was we learned our new critical vocabulary words for our new story. And then we did a pre-reading activity, which I'll tell you more about in a minute. And we got some sticky notes ready, and we just started reading a little bit of The Secret Garden. So to start with, I'm just going to introduce your vocab words on this page because I left my note cards in my room and there's a class in there. So your vocab words are mysterious, and that is something that is not fully understood or explainable. It's a mystery. So mystery is the noun form. If you change the Y to an I and add OUS, you end up with the adjective form, and you use mysterious to describe something else. We also have the word matted. If something is matted, it is a tangled mess. And we use an example of a dog. Sometimes if you don't brush their hair all the time, then it gets kind of clumped together, or if they get dirty and in the mud and sticks and other little cockleburs in there, then that can cause their hair to get matted and kind of lumpy. And tendrils, these are parts of a plant, that a long skinny part that twists around an object. If you ever seen like a bean plant or maybe a vine from grapes or something, they curlicue around and kind of climb up things. Those are called tendrils. They're the long skinny parts of plants. Awakening is what you call it if you are waking someone up from sleeping. The child began awakening at sunrise. Awaken, to awaken is one form of the word. Awakening is just changing it by adding the ing. It's still a verb, but it could be considered a noun if you call something an awakening. But if you are just awakening someone, then it's a verb form. And your last word is fastenings. Fastenings attach objects to other things. And the picture we had was a hinge on a door fastens the door to the wall or to the door jamb. And we also talked about fastenings on your clothes. You have buttons and you have tennis shoe laces to tie your shoes. Fasten your shoes to your feet. Let's see, we talked about the fact that The Secret Garden is a book that you could check out in the library, and the part we're reading today is just a short version of the story. And the next thing we did was we looked at some words and phrases from the text. So we have Mary skipped, ivy. Those are like leafy, long, skinny plants. Ivy leaves sometimes hang down off a plant. Branches, swinging, robin, magic, all quite dead. Breathing, 10 years. Found, crept. Mansion, it's a place, big place to live, a big house. The key, no one was coming. Strangest and loveliest. So these are all words and phrases that are actually found in our story. And what we did today was we came up with 2 sentences that each use 3 of the words and phrases. For example, let me change the color here. For example, I might, let's see, what do I want to pick out? Robin crept and strangest and loveliest. So I'm going to make my sentence say the strangest and loveliest robin. So it's a weird robin, but it's very lovely. Crept along the tree branch. So I almost used 4 there. And that's the end of that sentence. Let's see, what else could I say for my next one? Ooh, all quite dead. Mary skipped. I'm going to use Mary skipped, found, and wait a minute. When no one was coming, Mary skipped to the key. That's what I'm going to put. When no one was coming, Mary skipped over to the key and took it. So she's sneaky. You are not going to have the exact same sentences I have. You are going to have two of your own. You can use the words and phrases however you like, as long as you have three in each sentence. And these are just sentences that may come up in our short story. They may not. It's just a chance for us to take a look at some of the important words and phrases from the text before we start reading. And so you may want to pause me and go ahead and write those sentences out. Please do that now. Okay, you've unpaused me. The next thing you want to do is get 4 sticky notes out. And I want you to write C at the top of one. And you can write it small because you might want to put some notes on that sticky note. C for character. And you're going to put S for setting. I'm going to change this. And then you're going to have a P and an R for problem and resolution. So C on one note, on one sticky note, a P on one sticky note, R on one sticky note, and an S on one sticky note. And then as we go through the text, we're going to, when we come across the problem or the resolution or description of the setting, we can stick our sticky notes right in the book. That being said, I am ready then to start reading. And what I asked the kids to do today, so we were running out of time, I only read this very first paragraph that's italicized. And so that's what I'm going to share with you. I asked them to close their eyes and just try to get a mental picture or visualize what they see in their mind's eye as they hear the opening of the story. So you can just sit back and listen. 10-year-old orphan Mary Lennox has recently moved from India to her uncle's mansion in England. Mary has made a few friends at the mansion, including the gardener, Ben Weatherstaff, and a friendly robin, who often keeps Ben company. She also discovered a mysterious walled-off garden that's been abandoned for 10 years. Mary would love to get inside this secret garden, but hasn't been able to find an entrance. The day before, however, she found an old key, half buried in the dirt. And so hopefully, as I was reading, you were able to kind of get a picture of little Miss Mary. And so what we did was we took our C sticky note, and Mary is our main character. And actually, if you look at the picture that they give you, my big head wasn't in the way there. If you look at the picture they give you, you actually see the 3 characters. We have Miss Mary Lennox here. We have Ben Weatherstaff, the gardener, and then we have the robin. Notice how big the robin is. So next to the C on character, we want to write down Mary's name. So you'll write down Mary. You'll write down that she's an orphan. That's important to note. Let's see, you can write down that she's curious because she wants to learn more about what's behind this mysterious walled off door, or I guess wall, to the garden. And the other sticky note we got out was the S sticky note for setting, because we already know where the story is taking place. It's outside in a garden. You can write that down. You can also write down that it takes place in England at a mansion. And by looking at the picture, I can tell it must be, spring or summer, because things are blooming. So that's all you have to do for today, is just to be ready. You know you have a main character, Mary. You know a little bit about her, but we'll add more in as we read more of the story tomorrow. Skipping rope was a wonderful thing. So you can learn more about Mary on this page. The story is, you can look through the pictures if you want to. It's pretty short. Our goal is to read it all tomorrow. We've had a taste of important vocab words. We're ready to rock and roll and finish up the reading of the text tomorrow. The other thing I want you to make sure you do is study for your test, because tomorrow is your spelling test for week 6. Your cursive spelling is also due tomorrow. Please keep practicing writing your name in cursive. That's important, your first name and your last name. And just keep writing in general. Practice writing your words even though you take the test. Well, you might take the test on the computer. Some of you still do it by paper. It's important to be able to type in the letters on Spelling City to practice and handwrite them to practice. And I think that pretty much covers it. We did add, hang on. In your language arts spiral, we did add in some more like Slim Jim kinds of words. We had 3 categories: Taco Bell, Burger King, and Pizza Hut. And we're paying attention to the L and bell, the ing and king, and the ut in hut. So I'm going to say a word and you're going to say Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut, depending on which one you think it falls in, and then we're going to spell it. Your first word is fell. If you said Taco Bell, you are right. And if I can spell bell, B-E-L-L, I can spell fell. Spell it with me, F-E-L-L. Your next word is shut. Shut. Is that Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? If you said Pizza Hut, you're right. If you can spell hut, H-U-T, then you can spell shut. Spell it with me, S-H-U-T. Your next word is bring. Bring. Is bring Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? If you said Burger King, you are right because they both have ing. If you can spell the ing, I-N-G, in king, you can spell bring. Spell it with me, B-R-I-N-G. Your next word is yell. Yell. Is that Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? Taco Bell. If you can spell bell, you can spell yell. Spell it with me, Y-E-L-L. Your next word is sting. Sting. Is sting Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? If you said Burger King, you are right. If you can spell king, you can spell sting. Spell it with me, S-T-I-N-G. Let's see. Your next word is rut. Rut. Is that Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? If you said Pizza Hut, you are right. If you can spell hut, you can spell rut, R-U-T. And we'll do one more, shell. Shell. Is that Taco Bell, Burger King, or Pizza Hut? If you said Taco Bell, you're right. If you can spell bell, you can spell shell. Spell it with me, S-H-E-L-L. That's just a quick thing of what we did in class today for our bonus word work time. You can certainly write those in a list. Go back through and listen to it again and write all those words in lists. Put all the Burger King words in a list, all the Taco Bell words in a list, and all the Pizza Hut words in a list. And that just helps keep reminding you how to spell the rhymes that you hear in those words. And that is all I have for you today. Have a great Tuesday. Take your test tomorrow. See you later.